Hello everyone, welcome back to Georgia Paper Crafts. I am very excited because I got my October 2019 Spellbinders card kit of the month. If you've seen any of my previous videos, you know I was previously getting them late in the month, so I worked hard to change it up and get a different time that I could get it so that I have it sooner in the month. So I'm very excited that I have it so I can bring these cards to you a lot sooner. So I thought instead of doing just a complete different unboxing video, we'll just go through it real quick and then I'll get into making the cards. So this kit is called Sparkling Holiday, and like I say, you get your usual design card or inspiration card, kind of give you an idea of making some cards. All right, then we get our 10 card bases and 10 envelopes to go with it. These are pre-scored and folded A2 size card bases with matching envelopes in white. Then we've got the stamp set this month. This month just has mostly sentiment and a little bit of flourish here. And this has holiday sentiments. Get the usual foam adhesive and double-sided adhesive. All right, get the paper pack here. And you get 2 of each of the paper designs. They are single-sided, and like I say, you get 2 of each of the designs. I believe there's a total of 40, so maybe 20 designs. I'll double check on that. But as you can tell, very holiday, floral, kind of wintry themes. Lots of cute stuff. That's really pretty. Oh, isn't that neat? It's kind of like a marbling effect. And a wood grain. And that one and the other one has some foil in it, some silver foiling. All right, and then we're back to the beginning there. All right. Then we've got our cardstock, and let's see how many pieces we got. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and there's 9. So 9 pieces total, all in matching colors to go with this paper pad theme. And we've got one of the silver foil sheets. Got a pack of rhinestone gems, embellishment in a silvery bluish color. Got some big ones, medium, and then small. Then we've got our sticker pack, and we've got some raised dimension stickers here, along with a bunch of sentiment stickers and stars. And these are almost I don't know if these are things you would put on an envelope, kind of a seal. That's kind of what that looks like. Got our die set. The die set this month is mostly words. It says there's Christmas and holiday, merry, cheer. So holiday cheer, Merry Christmas, and then you've got your floral to go with it. So just like the pinecone branch, and then almost a poinsettia. And then we've got all our die cut shapes, the ephemera pack. As you know, and if you've seen before, there are a ton of die cuts in here. I'm not going to go through them this time. That will take a while. But what I would usually do is go through and sort them out and decide what, I can see myself making cards with. Again, you get 2 of each, which is wonderful. So you can make a lot of cards if you just find a design that you make that you really like. So, all right, we're going to go ahead and get started and begin making the cards. Then I'm going to come in and bring in my sentiment here that says Happy Holidays, and it's a banner that came in the kit, a banner that came in the ephemera pack, I guess I should say. I'm going to use some more of the foliage and just kind of place that in a design that I think is pretty. Then I'm going to bring in some of the poinsettias that I made using the die. And I'm doing that in a pink and off-white color. And I'm just trying to figure out where I want to put everything. I'm going to go ahead and cut off all the excess there. And again, still trying to decide how I want to put that banner. I can't figure it out real well, so I go ahead and put some gems in the middle of the poinsettias. Go ahead and pop up the sentiment. I decided to put it down near the swan. Put a few more gems. And that's it for that card. I really liked how that turned out. So pretty. Okay, so moving on to the next card, I took some more of the ephemera flower pieces and I'm kind of putting them down into a pattern that I like. I took a piece of the pink pattern paper, cut that out, and I cut a border on this using one of my Avery L border dies, and you can't really see it here, but it's one of the ones that make a V. I also cut out the words from the kit, from the die set that says cheer and holiday. So it's going to say holiday cheer. I cut that out from both pink cardstock and some of the silver metallic cardstock. And I'm kind of layering them together, not directly, kind of a little bit offset so that you can see the silver from below the pink of the cardstock. Here I'm assembling the flower collage right down at that V where I cut the paper. And again, this is all matted onto a piece of pink cardstock that came in the kit. I cut some of the foliage from the silver metallic cardstock also. Facing everything, seeing where I want everything to go. Again, using my glue to put it down just because I think that it is easier to manipulate and to move if it needs to be moved later on. Go ahead and use my double-sided foam tape to get those stuck down. I believe I chose to do that just because I knew it was going to be put down onto that metallic cardstock foliage. I'm going to pop up this center flower here. Go ahead and glue that down to the card base. And put some glue on my sentiment. Get that lined up and put that above it. So it's going to say holiday cheer. Putting acrylic block on it just to hold it while it's drying. Bring in some more of the blue rhinestones. Well, first I gotta put the eye there. Just kind of putting them randomly everywhere. And that's it. I like this card too. I love the flowers. They're so pretty. Okay, so moving on to the next card. I had to use this cute little owl. So I cut out some of the pattern paper of the almost like winter scene, the winter foliage scene with the blue background. I really like that. I cut out a hill, a snow hill, out of just some white cardstock, just free-handed it, and you can kind of tell there, making almost like a snowbank. I'm going to bring in some of the Christmas trees along with the owl, kind of place them around, decide where I want everything to go. Brought in the big sentiment that says cheer. Just starting to place everything. And go ahead and adhere that with some blue. Again, this is matted onto some gray cardstock. I'm going to pop up this sentiment strip. And I am very sorry that the noise, I seem to be having a problem with a lot of staticky noise lately when I've been doing my voiceovers. I have a new laptop and I'm doing this using the laptop, and the laptop seems to, when it starts to get hot and you know it starts to try to cool down, that's when you start to hear that fan noise, and it's driving me nuts, honestly. So I'm not sure how to get rid of that, but if anybody has any suggestions, let me know. I'd love to be able to try to figure that out, because I hate that it does that over my voice. Anyway, okay, moving on. So put that down. I put the sentiment strip down, and then I added the gems. And again, the sentiment strip said Happy Holidays. Okay, so moving on. Very similar stuff. Pattern paper, matting it onto green cardstock, putting that onto the card base. Pulled in some more of the floral ephemera. Going to use it in the landscape direction. Initially I thought maybe I would do portrait, but then I changed it to landscape. I'm going to go ahead and adhere some of the foliage down. Try to get it into a pattern that's pleasing to me. And again, you get in this set, you got 2 of these the big flowers, and 2 of the small ones. Trying to use some of the leaves also. I'm going to pop up the small ones there. Trying to figure out what sentiment to use. I didn't really like the sentiments that much with, or the colors of it that much with these colors, but I went ahead and did decide to finally go with the purple one. But I did mat that onto some green cardstock. And I'm going to go ahead and pop that up using foam adhesive right in the middle. Oh, I guess I decided not to use the foam. I guess I tried initially, and then I decided no. I went ahead and took that off and decided just to glue it directly to the card. And that's it. And that sentiment says Happy Holidays. Alright, next card. Pattern paper adhered to the metallic cardstock. This is the other piece of that pattern paper that has the or the fall, not the fall, the winter foliage kind of scene. I believe each of these pieces I cut to 3 inches. Getting that centered, or as centered as it looks good to my eye. Cutting off the excess. Bringing in these ornament pieces, die cut pieces here. Putting them in a pattern, trying to see what would look best. I'm going to use some silver string that I had in my stash. This is really thin string. Actually, some string that I used when I would make like a card where the middle would spin. So adding that down, trying to figure out, and of course, too late. I had already adhered everything, and that's adhered very well. So I'm not going to be able to pull those behind the cardstock. So I'm trying to figure out how can I get this to sit down or lay down, secure down. So then I decided to bring in these stars here, star stickers. And so that's what I use to just kind of get the string to lay flat. I add one to each of it, and then I cut off the excess. There we go. I'll try to pick a sentiment here. Get that down straight. Use my T-roller to help me. Still had some problems there. So we bring in a couple more of the stars just to help fill in some of the white space. More gems. So kind of scattered around. And that's it for that one. And the sentiment says, "Twinkle, twinkle, Christmas star." Okay, so here we are, pattern paper onto purple cardstock, matting that using the star, ephemeral star, putting it right in the middle, using some of the foliage. I want to put some of the foliage around the sides and then do some of the presents, the die cut pieces, present die cut pieces. Getting it all adhered. Trying to figure out a good pattern. I'm not sure which way I liked it. I'm going to adhere all 3 of them down just using glue, cut off the excess, let them kind of hang off the edge a little bit. Then we use this dimensional sticker to put inside, in the middle of the star there. You can see that up to the left hand side. Gonna get that stuck on there. Just kind of trimming up some of the edges. More gems. Oh, gotta use my glimmer pen or my shimmer pen. Nouveau shimmer pen. Add a little bit of shimmer. liberally put the rhinestones about. And that's it for that card. Oh, almost. I guess I need a little bit more trimming there. Alright. And the sentiment says it's the most wonderful time of the year, by the way. Okay, I think we're getting near the end here. This is a piece of pattern paper direct to the cardstock. I, once again, just kind of free-handed a snowbank out of some white cardstock. And I'm just kind of putting that down on the paper. Initially, I thought it would be in a landscape format, but I realized my white paper was not long enough. So then I needed to use it in a portrait style. So I'm just getting that adhered onto the pattern paper. I'm going to use some of the Christmas trees. Get it into a nice little pattern. Some behind, some in front. I'm going to use some of these deer. The one that looks like it's jumping, I'm going to put up above, and the one that's standing, I'll put down below. I'm going to use my T-ruler to help me get a sentiment that I chose on straight. Again, it's hard to see that sentiment. That's the problem I don't like about these sentiment strips, is you can't see it real well. In real life, you can see it a little bit better, but you still have to be up close. The writing is kind of dark, which makes it hard to kind of see. Putting a bunch of foam adhesive on the back. This is one of those things I don't really like doing, working with small foam adhesives, but turned out all right. Got him popped up. Gonna glue this other guy straight onto the card. And more gems. Put some of them onto the starry sky. I think I was thinking maybe I could have another sentiment, but the stamp set just did not work out to where I could use it. Putting some more just around. Can you see, I'm thinking, I'm not sure, I just like, I only like that. Again, trying to figure out something, but nothing's really working, and so I wound up leaving it. Alright, and so here are my 10 cards. I do thank you for taking the time to watch my video and see me make the 10 cards using this card kit. I really enjoyed working with it. I had all these 10 cards made very quickly, and actually had them the video done, but I needed to do the voiceover, so I'm sorry about that I'm getting this out late. But I do hope that I can still give you some inspiration when you use your kit, and I look forward to bringing you next month's kit. If you like this video and you'd like to give it a thumbs up, I would greatly appreciate it. And if you haven't already, you can hit the subscribe button to be notified when there's more videos from Georgia Paper Craft. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you next time.